What's going on, guys? I'm Bill and welcome to Bill's How To. So today I've got for you guys a door that doesn't close properly. As you can see up the top, it's not closing properly. It's rubbing up against the door jamb, and if we have a look on top here, you can see where it's actually been damaging the paint on the door jamb. So even on top of the door, there's little chips coming off. So this one here isn't closing properly at all. Now if we imagine a door, usually it'll be sitting up straight like this. We've got this corner here that's actually rubbing. So the first thing that I'd usually do is go to the hinges and try and adjust that by adjusting the top hinge here. So if we have a look, this top hinge here, you can tell everything's all in original condition, and that's the reason why I'm not going to touch it, but I'm just going to show you guys. Usually what I do, if the door was sitting like this side here is what's rubbing. So if I drop this side here of the door down, that'll allow me to be able to fix that problem. So what I'd usually do is I'd remove the hinges over here, and then I'd put a little packer behind this side here, even a little piece of cardboard, a piece of paper that you can fold over a couple times. If you put that behind the hinge, that'll pack it out enough to allow the top side of the door to actually move a little bit over, and then that'll allow this top section to have the clearance that it needs. But as you can tell, everything here is in original condition. This is a very old house. It's probably about 60 years old, so I'm assuming this door as well is about 50 to 60 years old. You can see it's got the original handle on here. It's a little bit dark inside simply because there's no lighting or no electricity. You can see original basin there as well, nice and pink. The issue that I've got here is that, as you can see, everything's painted. The hinges are painted, the screws are painted. I really don't want to have to remove these hinges and then have new screws go in here. That'll look really ugly here. So if we have a look as well, you can see they're just flathead screws. They're the original screws that they used to use back in the heydays when they thought it was a good idea. But these are actually a nightmare to remove. There's a good chance that they'll snap since they've been in the door for about 30, 40 years or so. So I really don't want to remove this. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to be using a planer, and I'm going to plane the top of the door. So you can see there where the rub marks are. It comes out about a foot out from the edge of the door, so about 30 centimeters out. So I'm going to plane the door from about here all the way down to the front, and that'll give us that clearing that we need. So let's get straight into it. We'll get started on planing the door, and I'll show you guys how we do that. Alright guys, so what I'm using to do this is the Ryobi One Plus planer. Perfect little tool to get this job done. I'll be doing an individual review on this one here a little bit later on. But anyway, so what we're doing is we're going to plane the door from the start, which is over here, to about halfway through. So we can see there, that's where the chipping was happening, but we want to go just a little bit more in case the door moves later on down the track. We give it a bit more clearance. So making sure when we start this, we want to keep the weight on the start of the planer right here on the top. We don't want to angle it down like this as we bring it through. Otherwise we'll end up damaging this little corner here and chipping that off. So making sure just to put enough pressure on the front so that we can run that through. And you can see there, it gives it a nice clean finish right on the top of the door without damaging it. So we'll give this a couple more passes. So as you can tell, that's now got a nice clean shave all the way on top of the door, all the way up to here. So that's a perfect cut. What we're going to do now is just simply try and close the door and see if that's enough. If it doesn't close, then we'll have to give it a couple more passes until we've got enough clearance. So alright guys, we'll try and close the door, and that is a lot better. So as you can tell now, it's clearing that top section of the door jamb. We can see a little bit of a gap there now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a couple more passes just to make sure in the future it doesn't start to damage that top of the door jamb again. So a couple more passes and we should be right to go. That now closes perfectly. So we've got plenty of clearance up along the top of the door, and that is how you do it, guys. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the video and you now know how to fix your door if it seems to be rubbing somewhere. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Next time around, if I get a job like this, what I'll be doing is I'll be showing you guys on the hinges how to adjust that. As always, like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Bill. Thanks for watching Bill's How To.